Good morning, students. Today let us start a new chapter, binary mixture of unit 3. Okay. Now this is a diagram showing a mixture of two liquids. Binary mixture is a mixture which contains two liquids. Okay. Now what is a binary mixture? A mixture of two liquids is called binary mixture. Bi means two. Alright. Now how they are classified? So liquid mixtures are classified into three types, or in other words binary mixtures are classified into three types: partially miscible, completely miscible and immiscible. Now what are partially miscible liquids? Partially miscible liquids are the one which are soluble to a certain extent. Okay, they are miscible with one another to a certain extent only. Completely miscible, the two liquids are soluble in one another to 100%, I can say. Okay, completely soluble. Whereas in immiscible liquids, they do not mix at all. Therefore, they form two layers. Okay, two layers. Now, first let us see partially miscible liquids. Now, as I told you already, partially miscible liquids are the one which are soluble only to a certain extent. Therefore, they usually form two layers. So, to a certain extent they are completely soluble, they form one layer. After that, when you go on add the liquid, one liquid to the other, they separate into two layers. Okay. So, example for this is phenol and water. Completely miscible liquids, examples are hydrochloric acid water or nitric acid water or sulfuric acid water. Any acid, inorganic acid and water, they are completely miscible. Even alcohol and water, they are completely miscible. Okay. Then immiscible, they do not dissolve at all. Okay, do not dissolve in each other. So they form separate into two layers. Okay, example carbon tetrachloride and water, or carbon disulfide and water. Alright. Next line. Now first let us study the partially miscible liquid. Example as phenol water system. You know that phenol and water are partially miscible. Now when phenol is added to water, first it dissolves, okay, forms a single layer. Then when you go on add phenol to water system, after the saturation point it gets saturated, and after saturation it forms two layers. Okay, it forms four layers. So upper layer is the saturated solution of phenol in water, and lower layer is the saturated solution of water in phenol. So here phenol is the solvent, here upper layer water is solvent. So since phenol is the solvent, this forms a denser layer, therefore sinks to the bottom. Okay, so lower layer is phenol as solvent, whereas upper layer water as a solvent. Okay, two layers are separated. Now two solutions which are in equilibrium with one another, they are called conjugate solution. But these two layers, they are together, they exist. So they are called conjugate solutions, and they exist in equilibrium. Okay, next slide. At equilibrium, when the temperature is increased, the mutual solubility increases. So you can, when you increase the temperature of these two layers, their solubility increases. The temperature at which the two layers become miscible is called the miscible temperature or mutual solubility temperature. When you go on increase the temperature of the two layers, at one certain temperature they are completely soluble, okay, or they are completely miscible. This temperature is known as miscibility temperature or mutual solubility temperature. Okay. Now miscibility temperature depends upon the composition. So it depends upon the composition of phenol and water. Alright. Next slide. This is the graph showing what miscibility temperature versus composition. Along the x-axis you can see the composition, along the y-axis you can see the miscibility temperature. So on the left side you have 100% water, in the right side you have 100% phenol. So it is a parabola type of graph obtained for phenol and water system. Now how do you explain this graph? You take 100% of water, it has a mutual solubility temperature, miscible temperature here, lowest temperature. Then you go on decrease the percentage of water. So you know that when you move from left to right, as we move from left to right, the percentage of water goes on decreasing, whereas the percentage of phenol goes on increasing. Okay, here 100% phenol, here 100% water. So when you go on decrease the percentage of water, or in other words, when you go on increase the percentage of phenol, the mutual solubility goes on increasing. You can see increasing. Okay, at one composition the mutual solubility is maximum, the miscible temperature is maximum, that is called critical solution temperature. This is C point, okay, in the graph C point. And what is the percentage of phenol over here? 36% phenol. That means when you have the mixture having 36% phenol and the rest of the amount water, what is the rest of the amount water? 64%. okay, so 64% water, 36% phenol, it has got highest miscible temperature, this temperature, and it is corresponding to 68.4 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then as the percentage of phenol still increases, that means water percentage decreases, the mutual solubility decreases, the miscible temperature decreases. Okay. So miscible temperature decreases or mutual solubility increases, so temperature goes on decreasing. Okay, goes on decreasing. So within this curve, that means A, C, B, there exists two phases. This is two phase region. Okay, and above C, that means above 68.4 degrees Celsius, there exists single layer. So above 68.4 degrees Celsius, there exists single layer, and below this, within this area, within this parabola, you have two phase region. Okay, two phase region. So this graph indicates the miscible temperature and composition of phenol water system. Okay, next slide. Now A1 is the water rich layer. In the previous slide you have seen A1 point. So this is the water rich layer, and B1 is the phenol rich layer. Now that means phenol percentage is more, water percentage less. Here water is more and then phenol percentage is less. Okay, TC is known as critical solution temperature. So that is the highest point. Okay, highest point. TC is the highest point, so it is the critical solution temperature. So CST, temperature above which two phases of the liquids which are completely miscible in all proportions. Okay, so this I had shown you in the previous slide. So this is the temperature above which there exists only single layer. Okay, and CST, what is the critical solution temperature for phenol water system? 68.4 degrees Celsius. And what is the composition at CST? 36% phenol. Okay. Next slide. Trimethylamine water system. So this is the graph showing the variation of miscible temperature and composition for trimethylamine water system. Okay. So this is the reverse of phenol water system graph. Okay, you can say reverse. That means miscible temperature goes on decreasing. Okay, goes on decreasing here. Miscible temperature goes on decreasing. Okay, that means mutual solubility increases, reaches to a minimum, and then it increases. Okay, and within this curve you have two phase region, and below this you have one phase region. Okay, and lowest temperature is 18.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, and what is the composition at the lowest temperature here? 50% of trimethylamine, that means 50% of water. Okay, 50% water. So as the percentage of water decreases, mutual solubility, okay, increases with the decrease in temperature. Miscible temperature goes on decreasing. Okay, goes on decreasing. Next slide. Below the lower CST, liquids are freely miscible. This you have seen in the previous slide. So below this temperature, there is a single layer, that means both are completely miscible. Okay. Above the lower CST, liquids are partially miscible, therefore there exists two layers or two phases. And what is the critical solution temperature for trimethylamine water system? 18.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, and what is the composition at this temperature? 50% trimethylamine, that means 50% water. Okay, next slide. Now this is the third system, nicotine water system, graph of nicotine water system. So along the y-axis you have temperature. Okay, and along the x-axis you have composition, 100% water and 100% nicotine. Okay. So this graph is the combination of both the trimethylamine and phenol water system. Okay, so this is the upper CST, this is the lower CST. Okay, lower CST corresponding to 60.8 degrees Celsius, upper CST corresponding to 208 degrees Celsius. Okay, at the center you have middle temperature is 95 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is not shown here. This temperature corresponding to the center is 95 degrees Celsius. Okay, that means when you increase the temperature above 95 degrees Celsius, the mutual solubility of nicotine water system goes on increasing. Okay, and it reaches to a maximum at 208. That means above this temperature critical solution you have only single phase. Within this you have two phases. Okay. Meantime, on the other hand, when you go on decrease the temperature from 95 degrees Celsius to 60.8, mutual solubility goes on increasing by lowering the temperature. Okay, reaches to a minimum, and minimum temperature corresponding to 60.8 degrees Celsius. Okay, and what is the percentage over here? 34% nicotine. That means rest of the amount is water. Okay, so rest of the amount is water. Next slide. Nicotine water system mutual solubility is the minimum at 95 degrees Celsius. Okay, this you had seen in the previous slide. Upper critical solution is 208. That means above this temperature there exists single phase. Similarly, below this temperature 95 there exists single phase. Okay. Lower critical solution temperature is 60. That means below this single phase exists, and composition corresponding to this temperature is 34%. Okay. Next slide. Effect of impurity on the CST of phenol water system. If impurity is soluble only in one of the components, CST increases. When you add impurity, okay, which is soluble in only one of the components, okay, for example, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is soluble only in water, okay, it is not soluble in phenol. Such impurities, if they are added, that means soluble only in one of the components is added, then their critical solution temperature increases. Why the critical solution temperature increases? Because mutual solubility decreases. Mutual solubility decreases means you have to raise the temperature so that you get a single layer, or to increase the solubility you have to raise the temperature. Since the temperature increases, critical solution temperature also increases. Okay. So if on the other hand, if impurity is soluble in both the liquids is added, then critical solution temperature decreases. What happens when impurity you add which is soluble in both the liquids, okay, like succinic acid. So it is soluble in both the liquids, it is soluble in both phenol and water. Such cases, mutual solubility on decreasing the temperature. So it increases on decreasing the temperature. So as a result, critical solution temperature decreases. Okay, critical solution temperature decreases. So I will stop at this stage. Okay, please go through all the slides, and any difficulty please contact me. Okay, thank you.